He had the audacity to smile. A cheap, smug grin stretched across his bloated face as he leaned on the doorframe like he owned the place. Behind him, she stood with arms folded, pretending to look ashamed, but failing. He didn't waste time. "We're here for our rightful share of your father's inheritance. She's entitled. As his former daughter-in-law, I'm her legal representative." That last part made him smirk harder. He was wearing my shirt, from the pile she never returned. I laughed, quietly. He mistook it for nerves. That's when the click of shoes echoed behind him. Slow, polished, controlled. My lawyer stepped inside. Calm, holding a folder. No words were exchanged. Just the sound of one paper sliding from one hand to another. I watched his smirk flicker. Just a moment, a crack. She looked at me, and for the first time in years, she blinked first. I used to think betrayal had a sound, a crash, a slap, a scream. But when I found out she was sleeping with him while we were still married, it made no sound at all. Just a screen left open on the laptop, a chat window. He's such a joke, still clinging to daddy's money. "Don't worry, babe, I'll make sure we get it." She sent it at 2:03 a.m. I was asleep on the couch. Not because we fought, because she said she needed space, said I snored, said I was being too intense about my father's illness. But now I know why. She was building her exit plan, one message at a time. And she found her pawn, a man with no past, no pride, and no idea who he was trying to extort. I played the long game. I always do. You don't survive my childhood without learning to move in shadows. I started with the will, had it recertified, sealed, witnessed. Then the bank accounts. Everything moved offshore, ironclad. She asked questions. I gave her silence. She got louder. I smiled more. She didn't know I'd already hired a forensic accountant. I knew where every dime she'd hidden went. I knew the trips she took weren't to therapy. She also didn't know my father updated his will the day before he died. And he never forgot what she did during his last days, especially when she forgot to give him his meds. The camera I'd hidden behind the liquor shelf recorded everything. The eye rolls, the whispered complaints, the phone calls. "He's not dying fast enough," she said that, to him, and he laughed. The folder my lawyer handed him contained two things. One, a signed amendment to the will disinheriting her explicitly. Two, a restraining order. Filed, approved, effective immediately. She stepped forward, voice cracking. "You can't," he promised. I looked at her, cold. "You broke him before the cancer could," I said. "Congratulations. That's your legacy." He tried to sound tough, raised his voice, said something about legal rights and civil suits. My lawyer cut him off. "Try it," he said calmly. "We'll bury you in discovery. You'll be homeless before court sets a date." The smirk was gone. What replaced it was better. Silence. Real, stunned silence. I let them stand there a moment longer. Then I walked past them, out onto the porch, looked at the sky. Blue. Empty. "You know," I said, "my father hated liars more than cancer." They didn't respond. I turned, calm. "I didn't fight for this house, or the money. I fought to make sure you two never touched a single piece of his memory." I walked back in, closed the door, didn't slam it, just shut it. The click felt louder than any scream. I sit alone now, fireplace lit, the scent of old whiskey in the glass he used to sip from. People think revenge feels like victory. It doesn't. It feels like silence after static, like a page finally turned. I don't hate her anymore. That would require emotion. And I buried mine next to the man who raised me to see betrayal for what it really is. Not fire, not war, just rot, quiet, steady, and once exposed, easily burned. They came for what they thought was theirs. They left with nothing but the weight of who they've become.